Good morning and welcome back. Today's video is going to be about how I pick shoes for the gym. I put a poll on community in YouTube asking, do you like sneaker videos? Do you like fitness videos? Do you like either or both? And there was a lot of mixed responses, so this is the intersection of sneakers and fitness. Oh, for today's workout, I'm gonna be doing mainly snatches, probably only power snatches, but we'll see how I feel. All right. So, the topic, picking shoes for the gym. So for myself, I already know what kind of movements, exercises I like doing. So that includes powerlifting exercises, so squat, bench, deadlift, and then if you want to throw in overhead press, and then a lot of accessory movements. I also like to do functional things, so I do a lot of sprinting. Of course, I do a lot of jumping. And then casually, I like to play basketball, shoot hoops, whether that's in the backyard or at the park. So I want to be able to do all those things, and I want a shoe that I feel comfortable doing all those things. So I think an easy, like if I don't know anything about you and you're going to the gym, very easy to recommend probably any Nike Metcon, because that's geared towards the CrossFit community. They do a lot of different varying exercises, squat, they do the Oli lifts, and then a bunch of like HIIT, running. So those usually check all the boxes, and you can get an older model at like Nike factory store for probably sub $100, which is actually what I did. So I've been eyeing these shoes, the Metcon 2 Turbo, for a while, and I did end up getting them at the Nike clearance store for, I want to say $80. So I almost paid full price for them during Christmas time, which is I think $150 or $160. But if you're fine with getting the older model, which usually they don't change too much, then it's very easy to recommend the Nike Metcon series. My previous shoe, actually, were also Metcon, so Metcon Reacts. I really like this shoe. It has a drop-in midsole of React, not that thick, but super comfortable, very easy to put on and slip on. I just didn't like that it was hard to manipulate the lacing, and the lacing system actually broke. It was like a bungee cord that you would pull and secure, but both of them broke on both shoes. I still wear these every now and then, but now I've been mainly wearing the Metcon Turbo 2s. Again, the Nike Metcon is probably my, if I don't know anything about what exercises or what types of workouts you like to do, I would probably recommend the Nike Metcon and get them at a Nike factory store, hopefully on the back wall where there are a bunch of open boxes. And likely they will be less than $100, and that would be a good deal. I've tried the Nike Metcon 1s, Metcon 2s, both from my brother, the ones I just showed you, the Metcon Reacts, and then now I have the Metcon Zoom Turbo 2, which has Zoom in the forefoot, and they feel pretty good. The thing about these that I was willing to sacrifice was I usually wear a 9.5. They didn't have 9.5. It was a good deal. I went for a 10. It's a little loose, but not loose to the point where I feel unsafe or uncomfortable. They feel fine, and I can just lace them a little tighter. So if you're willing to budge a little bit on the fit, you could definitely find some good deals. I actually just went to a Nike factory store yesterday, and there were a lot of Metcon 8s on the back wall. I didn't check the price because I wasn't really looking, but that's my first recommendation. And then also for that shoe, I like to have a shoe, well, when I used to go to the gym, but I like to have a shoe where it's like I can do all of the exercises that I ever want to do at the gym in, and the Metcon is that shoe, which I will transition to my next point. So I do have another set of shoes that I wear pretty frequently, and this is specifically for Olympic weightlifting, so cleans or snatches or back squatting, and these are some weightlifting shoes. These are the Nike Romalio 3s. I've had them since 2019, and unless you're, really into back squatting or Olympic weightlifting, you probably don't need these. I still do both movements in my Metcons perfectly fine, but if you have poor anatomy or, not as good ankle mobility, these can help a lot because they'll elevate your heel to put you in a better position for back squatting, cleans, snatches. So that's why these come in handy. I do see these at Nike factory stores, not as often as Metcons, but I think these retail for around $150. Don't quote me, but you might be able to get them around 100 if you do some hunting, which is fun. That's another reason why I like going to factory stores. It's like, it's kind of like an Easter egg hunt where you're trying to find gems in the rough. Not good for my wallet, but it's a fun exercise to do. Renzo, if you're watching this, stop sending me shoes that you find at factory stores. Thanks. For the warm-up, I'll probably be doing mostly back squats, and then start slowly doing more snatch-specific movements. Also, I have a sprained wrist, which has been really bothering me, which is why I can't really do cleans. And even back squatting, like getting my wrist like this hurts a little bit. I hate being injured. I'm pretty sure it's because I slept on it, and that is even more annoying. I haven't been doing a good job about this lately, but it's also good to train barefoot, just so that you can really feel what muscles in your foot are being activated and not activated. But in general, you want to have a tripod foot, so the ball of your foot more towards your big toe, then your little toe, and then your heel. So that will form the base of your squatting stance or lifting stance for snatches. Oh yeah, I forgot. My wife actually has some Metcons herself. They actually come out with really cool colorways. I think these are the 8s or the 7s, but these are her pair. Got some like light pink, highlighter green, and then some blue here, light blue, and even some teal in the heel. But this colorway is super sick. So that's another reason why Metcons are cool, because they come out with a lot of different colorways. And then my last pair of like shoes for the gym are like my basketball shoes, mainly for outdoor because I don't have an indoor gym membership anymore. But these are the Jordan 31s in the Space Jam colorway. I didn't really like these for indoor use because the traction didn't work that well for me, but it does have full length zoom. So this feels pretty nice to wear outdoors, especially when I'm jumping, low rim dunking a lot. So this is my shoe of choice for outdoor this season. This season, like I'm a professional player or whatever. But prior to that, I was wearing the Jordan 29s in this colorway. And this also has zoom in the forefoot. So this felt pretty good. I still wear these every now and then, but mostly the 31s. Quick question for you guys to go to commercial gyms, like 24, Planet Fitness, City Sport. Are they more packed now compared to prior to the pandemic, or are they less packed now, or about the same? In general, if you do plan to do powerlifting movements like deadlift or squat, or anything where you're pulling heavy weight from the ground or pushing off the ground, I definitely would not recommend running shoes because it's just unstable. So you have more likelihood of getting injured, and it's harder to form a stable base. So unless your primary exercise at the gym is running, then I probably wouldn't recommend you wearing running shoes. At the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter that much, but that's my recommendation. For the last camp, all the runners or casual runners, very easy to recommend this shoe as well. It's one of Nike's oldest lines, but this is the Zoom Pegasus. These are now my yard work shoes. And then I also have the Pegasus Zoom 35s. But I like wearing these casually as well. They're very comfortable. So even as a casual shoe, these are very comfortable. Just, you kind of already know what you're gonna get. Ooh, puberty.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But you kind of already know what you're gonna get with these shoes, and there's zoom in them, so they feel really comfy. Yeah, so for you runners, I'm going with the Nike Zoom Pegasus. All right, in summary, if you want a good catch-all shoe for the gym, then I'm going to recommend any Nike Metcon. So any of these 3 shoes, get them at the factory store or clearance store because they're gonna be a lot cheaper. Next category for you runners, I'm going to recommend the Nike Zoom Pegasus. Also can get at the Nike clearance store for a lot cheaper. For you hoopers, It really depends on you and what you can find at the Nike factory store, but they usually have older models. But since I'm mainly outdoor, then I would prioritize some sort of good cushioning system because your joints will hurt if you don't. They probably hurt either way, but in general, I would just say get an older model so you can save a lot of money and still have decent options. And then lastly, for all you lifters, I'm going a Nike Romalio only because this is the only shoe I've tried for lifting. I didn't feel the need to like try different lifting shoes, and this has been working for me. So that's gonna do it for shoe recommendations. If you wanna stick around, you can watch me snatch. But if not, thanks for watching. Let me know if you liked the video, if you have any questions, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Or maybe not peace if you wanna watch me snatch. Sus.